Black OPP's Rehab, Part 2. In the main patient's room behind hanging sheet, that night, Drillbit is conducting a makeshift operation on fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic.
Ah, that's my leg.
Drillbit.
I know what it is. Relax, it'll be over before you know it. We just adjust your prosthetic, like this.
Creak, jug, jug, jug. Fuzzy logic.
Ow! Are you crazy?
Heavy breathing. Fuzzy logic.
My joint doesn't bend in that direction, man. Obviously.
Drillbit.
It will.
Creak, jug, jug, jug. Fuzzy logic.
No, no, no.
Creak, clunk. A piece of Fuzzy's prosthetic rips off. Drillbit.
Okay, that's it. Wait, now it's misaligned. One more tweak.
Under Starlink satellite dome sunset. Earlier that day, Nurse Nicole appears with her clipboard at the poker table, as Sharku deals hands under a satellite dome they use for shade. Nurse Nicole.
Okay, guys, you had your fun now, it's time to go in. You can't be here after dark. That's a hard rule.
Sharky.
Wait, what about our demands?
Big Orderly shows up, but now he's unarmed. 2. Big Orderly.
Let's go, guys. Sunset. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Sharku waves his arms like the Trump dance, and guys in chairs buzz away, going recklessly out into the endless desert. Sharku.
Hard way. You don't want to play hide-and-seek in the desert with all the patients? Then you have the admin sign off on all our demands.
KAT.
Yeah, we want action, lady.
Nurse and Orderly go back inside the building, but seconds later the nurse stands in the doorway, waving her clipboard. Nurse Nicole.
Guys, our AI admin signed off. Go inside. You have to come in to see the new terms. But she signed.
Sharku.
Okay, let's go in, everybody. If they scam us, we'll just do this again.
All the wheelchairs go inside the building in single file. Nurse Nicole.
Thanks. In group tomorrow, we'll go over the new situation, okay? I fought hard for you guys.
Back to the makeshift operation in main room that night. Behind the raised sheet in a bunk bed, the painful operation is ongoing. Everyone in the room is trying to ignore it. Fuzzy logic.
You said it was going to be quick.
Drillbit.
This is quick. You know how long it took before the drills.
Fuzzy logic.
Why do you need a drill?
Drillbit.
To remove the screws in your knee. Moondram.
The drill revs up a few times, then makes a sound like it's slowly turning screws out of bone. Bzzz. Fuzzy logic.
No, those are supposed to stay in.
Bzzz. 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 Tuskegee looks outraged. Tuskegee.
Guys, isn't anyone going to do something? I'll put a stop to this. What you idiots are doing is worse than the medical malpractice here.
Dutchie looks amused as he waves Tuskegee onwards. At the privacy sheet, shielding the surgery team. Tuskegee flips their sheet curtain back, and it's just 2 guys sitting on a bunk bed, pretending to be operating by making sound effects with soda cans and their voices. Tuskegee.
2 comedians. Punking people, huh?
Ha 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 ha. They laugh. Bah ha ha ha. They laugh even harder. Tuskegee.
Not funny. You raised my blood pressure. I'm having palpitations.
Legion.
When's the next helicopter? They can medevac me and you out of here.
Sharku.
Once you get your treatment plan, that gives your out date when you go home. But you'll never get one.
A new guy, kid gloves, young face, 20-year-old with deep scars on his shaved head, drives in and he looks too young. Asheville.
You transfer in from another wing.
Kid gloves.
No, just got out of surgery. Induced coma. I was bunking here before. Withdrawing sucks. Got any meds? None gavde.
Asheville.
We have a pill stash. So if you get to the point of no return.
Kid gloves.
Point of no return. Reached.
Conspiracy flips. 2 pills over to Asheville, a white and blue pill, and he hands them over to Kid Gloves. Sharku.
White, cut into 5 pieces, blues later for sleeping.
Kid Gloves grabs the pills, looks at them like, "What is it?" then just pops both of them in his mouth and gulps. Asheville next to him grabs his arm, but Kid Gloves swallows the white pill whole in that one gulp of his drink. Kid Gloves.
Thanks, guys. I'm bunking it now.
Sharku.
Be here at 6:30 a.m. every day for group or they come to your room.
Kid Gloves.
Every day?
Kid Gloves chairs off. They laugh, ha ha. Drill bit.
He's perfect. I'll put the wig on his head. Who hands him the mirror?
Fuzzy logic.
I'll do it. Everybody trusts me.
Everybody laughs, ha 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 ha. Dutchy.
I don't trust you.
Common room, Kid Gloves bunk. Next day at Kid Gloves bunk, Drillbit has placed a realistic-looking rubber brain wig on his bald skull and then wakes him up. Drillbit.
Come on, man. It's group. Get up. Eindavde.
Kid Gloves.
Already? Damn, what a freaking headache. That chip operation.
Fuzzy logic.
Better check it out in this mirror.
Kid Gloves.
Oh, really? Is it messed up?
He looks in the mirror. His exposed brain has hanging wires. Kid Gloves.
What did they do to my head? It was just a chip for prosthetics.
Drillbit.
Maybe you need to get used to it. Sleep on it. Think it over.
Kid starts shaking his head violently. No! And the whole rubber brain with wires wig falls right off his head. Drillbit.
Now you did it. Flipped your wig.
Kid Gloves looks shocked at losing his fake brain piece. Sharku.
Okay, you passed. Now put yourself back together and come to group.
Out in desert driveway. Shady tree group meeting. Next day, the group has moved under the shade of an acacia tree. Sharku.
Kat, you drove that off-road course like a pro yesterday. Any words?
Cat.
I'm grateful for Nurse Nicole. She got us in the sunshine. Thank you.
Group applause. Kate.
I was born with cat genes. I'm transhuman. Just call me Cat.
Legion.
Come on, guys. Group dynamics. She's not even a combat vet. Aravd.
Cat.
I'm a combat sim vet. I was injured in training. It's classed. But I took out 60 insurgents every day.
Drillbit.
In a sim. Impossible. You get 20 shots max.
Cat.
No ammo. With my claws, fool.
She lets out a blood-curdling scream. Roar! And raises the hairs on the back of everyone's necks. Sharku.
Okay. We're here to talk about suffering with phantom pains and scars. Anybody want to go?
Nobody says a thing. Silence. Cat.
I think these guys are wondering, like, when are we all going home?
Dutchy.
We don't talk about that. Guys, now that we're outside in the sunshine, I have zero interest in group.
Sharku.
Me too. What can we do instead?
Drillbit.
Let's have a sideshow. That's what they do in Oaktown. We drive the chairs around in a circle and see who can do the best tricks.
Half the group drives in a circle, all afternoon, as the rest reverse back to watch them. The cheering starts as Dutchy pulls a one-wheel wheelie and keeps it going. Then Kid does a 360-degree double flip in his chair, and people are screaming as he tears away on the track. Fuzzy logic.
Woohoo! We got a showboater.
The other contestants pull over to witness Kid's 360-degree flip attempt and Cat's high-speed stunt riding. 7. Sharku.
Oh, come on now. I never would guess this in all my years.
Kid Gloves flips and then 360s, Drillbit.
How can he do that?
But still frowning, Nurse Nicole appears suddenly. Nurse Nicole!
Chow time. You're coming in without a fight this time, am I right?
At dinner, hospital chow hall. A few hours later, looking at different tables, all the veterans look better, with red cheeks from the sun, lively people, even smiling. Sharku.
Amazing work, brothers.
Drillbit.
Best group we never had. No bickering and a sense of unity.
Dutchy.
Going outside was a disinfectant.
Drillbit.
Guys, tonight is our homebrew bucket party. Every cool cat is invited to OP's room tonight.
Cat smiles back at Drillbit like it's mutual attraction. In OP's private room. At the home brew party, that night, Wheelchairs are zigzagging through the room from the hard liquor homebrew, and some are slurring as the chairs instantly drive back into the lineup for more moonshine. Tuskegee.
Why don't we get the chip doctor to sign us out of here and go home?
Sharku.
We do get a doc every 6 months, and he's here for 20 minutes, sees 3 people, then leaves. Yettavde.
Dutchy.
In nightmares, you wake up and it's over. This place goes on forever.
Reese's Pieces.
I waga graka zuzuzus.
Sharku.
What is he saying?
Asheville.
I think he said he saw, out the bathroom window, a staff woman leading a furry human hybrid.
Drillbit.
You got all that from a bunch of mumbles. Were you a code breaker?
Asheville.
No, his roomie understands him. And he said, woman, right?
Yes. He nods his head slowly, but then it looks like no. But then he swivels around and it's a yes nod again. Sharku.
Yow, that's a yes? Well, let's go recon it. We got a doctor pass now.
Drillbit uses the computer speakers, hot melt glued on his wheelchair, to play a synth beat from his onboard AI computer. Tuskegee.
Let's go outside. We got beats. I can perform my rap song about us.
Outside Nimrod Rehab Hospital, under old tree, moonlight. Everyone's chairs follow the wheelchair with a beat as it drives outside and the party reforms around an acacia tree. Rashid.
There must be some politicians we can email to get released.
Kundalini. No internet here at all. The military police disguised as orderlies used local band radios. 9. At the mini campfire party. That's Starry Night. Drillbit opens a DJ program on his control screen and drops beats until he finds the perfect beat for Tuskegee to rap on. Tuskegee, rapping.
Yeah. I have so much sadness inside, but I'm gonna leave that behind. Evil versus good is just getting started. Somehow we got picked for the final mission.
After the rap song, they meet up near the brew bucket under the white moonlight. Drillbit points at the roof where there's a nice array of wires, towers, and satellite dishes. Drillbit.
With a dish like that and a radio, I might get satellite internet. I did it once behind enemy lines.
Sharku.
How can we get a guard's radio?
Cat.
That's easy. I'll use Riz.
Legion.
Great planning, guys. One is going to prostitution, and you guys are going to rip off the rehab. Retarded.
They all drive away from Legion but get stopped by Drillbit. Reese's Pieces, translated by Asheville.
There's a guy out there. I saw him running in the desert. He ran past the building and kept going.
Sharku.
How windy is it out there?
Drillbit.
It's calm. Send someone to look for tracks, but you don't have a torch.
Drillbit. Throws him a stolen torch with a guard's name and tape on the handle. 10. Sharku.
Just go with him. You're the one with fully operational prosthetics.
Under moonlight, over the rocky barren hospital grounds. They drive wheelchairs out to the edge of the property. Drillbit.
Was he over by the water tower?
They find tracks over there in the dirt, and the feet look large and very strange, like a monkey with wolf paws. Asheville.
There's a bunch of seriously weird tracks here. And these from guards.
They drive even further out. Into the mouth of a ravine, night creatures scurrying around, but nothing human-sized. Drillbit.
Why would they patrol this ravine?
Reese's Pieces.
Maybe they know the dog man is here.
Drillbit.
Come on, he's wearing a Ghibli mask.
Asheville.
Holy moly, that's him. You don't say. You think it's a mask now?
Drillbit.
Number, get back to base. Reverse.
They turbo-power chairs back to the brew party, but the mutant man runs fast and catches up to them and... Drillbit!
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Asheville pulls out a flamethrower. Asheville!
Closer, you beast.
The hybrid mutant comes closer, and it's like a large man with a wolfy beard, a green stole fur patch around his shoulders, and 2 hooks protruding from the palms of his hands. 11. Drillbit.
Sorry, freak-along Cassidy, but I have to light your hairy ass up.
Drillbit fires the flamethrower in the face of the dogman, and it screams a semi-human high-pitched scream, but then the flame goes out. And click, click, the bad flint won't spark. The dogman reaches over and hooks Asheville by his chest brace, throws him on the ground, and rips apart his bandolier. Asheville.
Back to base. Back to bay.
Click, click, the flame starts again, and the dogman takes a blast in the face. Drillbit flips it into overdrive, but his battery glows red on empty. His chair barely slows down and now barely moves. The dogman holds singed facial fur and swats blindly, missing Drillbit entirely. As he lifts himself off his chair and jumps onto Asheville's chair, and they take off with turbo battery mode, and he drives back to the bucket party. Drillbit fires a flare, and the yellow ball lights the party. At the party ahead. In that moment, Sharku hustles everyone back inside the building in a panic. Sharku!
Get inside now. Incoming.
The dogman finally shrugs off the flame attack and regains eyesight. He sprints for Asheville, nipping his arm right as they reach the ramp, up to the door inside, but Drillbit fires a last spray of chemical flames. It really backs him up, and it's just long enough for everyone to get inside the building and slam the thick bulletproof metal doors shut. Kasloom! The dogman outside punches the door angrily. Bam, bam, bam. But its solid steel is designed to be blast-proof. Sharku, OS.
What is that? This thing is nasty.
At the guard booth, the next day, there's just one guy. The lone guard watches surveillance screens and rewinds dogman footage, lost in thought as Kat rolls up silently. 12-0. Kat.
Hi, just wondering if you need a cat massage. I'm perfect for that.
Guard.
A what? Sorry, say that again.
Kat starts rubbing his shoulders and he seems relieved. KT.
I got cat genes, so my paws are strong, but it's the touch of a lady.
He really closes his eyes and enjoys it as she starts baking bread on his shoulders, just like a real house cat does. Guard.
I don't know. Wow. Whoa. Ho.
Kat.
Just try it for a second.
Inside the guard booth. 20 minutes later, the guard is half asleep, eyes closed, getting into the massage as Kat steals a radio just as he wakes up. Orderly guard.
Oh my God. That was the best massage I ever got in my life. You're pro. Do I pay you for this?
Kat.
I just want a little fancier food. Yeah, no? Salmon or tuna is nice.
Orderly guard.
Okay, you got it. I'll make sure the cook's is a friend of mine. Bye.
Back in patient room's common area. Later that day, everyone has too much energy from being out in the sun, so they act restless and start to mess with each other. Legion.
Okay, who got the strong arm on this unit? Wrestle you? 2 cupcakes?
Asheville.
Me. I'm in. That arm is junk. They don't even make those anymore. Padimundravde.
Legion.
League rules. Goes until it goes.
Asheville sits down on a chair and leans forward, grabbing Legion's rusty broken prosthetic hand. Asheville!
Okay, let's do this. Ready? Go.
They arm wrestle. Creaks can be heard from prosthetic joints bending, flexing, popping, and finally, Legion almost pins Asheville, but crack! And his carbon fiber arm implodes, breaking open, exposing bone and bleeding out on the table. Legion.
Oh, crap. Look it. He ripped my prosthetic out of the anchor bone.
Asheville.
Sorry, man. It wasn't intentional.
Outside operating room 1 surgery later. The next day, an orderly wheels Legion out with his arm in wires and structures taped and bandaged and tucked into a sling. Inside the OP's room, that afternoon, Legion is showing a new socket they installed on his wrist. Legion.
Just got out of surgery. We broke the mounting pin, so nurses had to saw bone and reattach my hand. I'm out of arm wrestling. I'm done.
Kundalini. Doesn't matter. They're all doing it with their legs now. While you were gone, we switched. No blowouts yet. Legs are strong. Legion looks at them in disbelief as 2 patients go heel in, foot to foot, and set up for a prosthetic leg wrestling match. Sharku.
It's because of you it started up.
Heathrow and Tuskegee try to overpower each other's hydraulic leg prosthetics. 14. Fuzzy logic.
Now they will apply max force.
But crack! Heathrow's legs fail, and Tuskegee springs forward, sending Heathrow shooting backwards. Heathrow rolls backwards in his wheelchair, out of control down the hallway, with arms flailing, but then as he heads for the atrium staircase, gong too fast to stop. Sharku!
Hey, where's he going?
Everyone laughs hysterically, until he rolls down a flight of stairs, then another flight, now end over end, tumbling over 70 steps while still belted to his wheelchair. Asheville!
Oh no. Please. Mercy, Lord.
Everyone wheels over as he tumbles and comes to rest on the first floor in a heap, with a planter spilling mossy dirt. But then he rolls out of his chair and awkwardly stands. Heathrow.
Guys, it's all right. I'm okay. I made it. This is made in UK titanium.
Everyone applauds, a sitting ovation from their chairs. But then his leg pops. He goes sideways, grabs a drape for stability, but then takes a lamp and table down with him. In Desert. At the new improved group meeting, the next day, wheelchairs are gathered in a circle in the shade of a tree. Nurse Nicole.
This chip doctor builds the gizmos you're waiting for. Please ignore his insults. He has Tourette's.
Sharku.
Okay, sure. We've been warned.
Doc drives a wheelchair into the group to instant applause. He's one of them. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief. Doc Crazy Talk.
Hello, Cat. I remember you.
15. Kundalini. We've heard a lot about you, Doc. Doc Crazy Talk.
Good. You know my tic condition. I can't control what I'm saying. So, who's going to the exam room first?
He looks at Dutchie. A mass of tubes and wires, sun-baked wrinkled skin reduced to a shrunken torso, barely alive. Dutchie.
I'm Dutchie. Yes, I want to go.
Doc Crazy Talk.
Not you first. Who else?
Dutchie.
Why not? Reese's Pieces and me are the most on the verge of death.
Doc Crazy Talk.
Because I didn't pick you, I need to approve you from my list here. You artless, loose-witted hedge pig.
Legion.
If he's not going, I'm going. Move.
But Drillbit cuts Legion off, blocking with his chair. Legion!
Hurry up then. Read your list.
Doc Crazy Talk.
I invented a lot of this chair tech you're using, like you. I need my controls in reach. With AI brain chips we can go telepathic. You unmuzzled, swag-bellied swingnuts.
Fuzzy Logic.
See? Give him a chance.
Doc Crazy Talk.
That's right. You lumpish, elf-skinned maltworm.
Sharku.
Well, you're a long-tailed monkey-poxed fart bag. How about that?
Everyone laughs, but the doc remains expressionless. 16. Doc Crazy Talk.
Nice try. You dankish, clay-brained footlicker.
Nurse Nicole.
Hey, that's enough. Everyone show respect. It's a slip of the tongue.
Doc Crazy Talk.
Okay, guys. I've got the first name from the list, and it's...
Doc looks at Kundalini as Legion holds up his broken hand. Legion?
Who? It better be me.
Doc Crazy Talk.
It's you, you gore-bellied folly. Fallen Fusilierian.
Doc points at Kundalini. Kundalini. Thanks, I guess. Doc turns around his chair and Kundalini zips over to his location and they both zip their wheelchairs away. Inside Chip Doc's ramshackle office. Seconds later, the brain chip Doc is checking on Kundalini with an AI robotic worm ear viewer as Nurse Nicole tidies and leaves. Kundalini. I'm guessing that was some psychological test? Doc Crazy Talk.
Turn your head. I'm checking your pupil response for brain damage.
Doc Crazy Talk nods slyly, yes, then makes the be quiet sign as Nurse Nicole finally leaves the room. Doc Crazy Talk.
Look, we don't have long. I'm going to whisper. This room is monitored.
Kundalini looks like, what's up? 17. Doc Crazy Talk.
I saw improvised desert graves coming in on the chopper. There's no release orders for anyone here. We got records for 16 new guys, but today I counted 17.
Nurse Nicole annoyingly returns to check something. Nurse Nicole.
I heard desert.
Doc Crazy Talk.
Yes, UV is good for autoimmune. I want them out there in the sun and fresh air. 24/7.
Doc writes a prescription on a digital pad. Nurse Nicole.
Patients can't go out at night. It's too dangerous. Venomous animals.
Doc, crazy talk.
Yeah, they can now. Moonlight is actually good for cell repair. It's a brain chip thing. You unmuzzled, tardy-gated strumpet.
He holds up the prescription. RX outdoors, 24/7, all access. And he smiles at the nurse's now bitter frown. Nurse Nicole.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Doc, crazy talk.
Let me get my exam finished up. You churlish, dizzy-eyed skeins, mate.
She leaves the room fast. Doc, crazy talk.
All the chairs are on GPS to Starlink. AI mappable. I'm giving you an all-access pass to find your gear. They shut down 2 programs. You're the next boots in the desert. Don't take emergency transport. That's how the staff get liquidated. No witnesses.
Nurse Nicole somehow wanders back in the room. 18. Nurse Nicole.
I heard transport.
Doc, crazy talk.
Need a chip inspect. You yammering tickle-brained pigeon egg.
The nurse leaves to look for a brain chip inspection tool. Nurse Nicole, OS.
We have to keep visits quick, Doc.
Doc, crazy talk.
Yep. Hold out your hand. You wayward toad-spotted vassal.
They shake hands and Doc pawns him a USB drive. Doc, crazy talk. List of all the gear they hid here. My brain chips were designed by teenage programmers in Pakistan. They're big into Tupac, so the commands are all rap songs. Sorry. Kundalini, like ride or die.
Doc, crazy talk. Whispering. SSSH, it will activate. Ones I know are power on and juice me up is high power. But your battery burns out. It's only for combat. You gorbellied, fat-kidneyed bumbailey.
Kundalini. I'm part Irish, you surly rump-fed nuthook. Are we in danger now?
Doc, crazy talk. Nobody's going home. Next town is 130 miles across desert. 6 batteries each, you might have a chance. I can't help you anymore. I'm also escaping. Good luck, you squalling milk-livered maggot pie.
Kundalini power drives out of the room as the irritating nurse reappears with some weird probing tool for chips. 19. At a meeting in the OP's private room that night. Kundalini storms in with bad news and upsets all the OPs. Kundalini. Guys, private meeting, brain chip doc told me some stuff. Not good.
Conspiracy. Our brain chips release chemicals by remote control, and we die?
Kundalini. No, but there's some improvised mass burial in the desert. And it's our fate too if we stick around.
Sharku, what about these AI brain chips?
Kundalini. He said our AI gear is already here, hidden somewhere in the building. Sharku.
Really? Well, we searched the entire place except for the sub-basement. Drillbit, tell your team we're going on a basement mission right away.
Fuzzy Logic shows off a poster he made for chair races. At the first indoor wheelchair race. The next night, wheelchairs race around floors annoying orderlies and giving cover as the recon team sneaks off CCTV camera to take the service elevator down to the sub-basement of the rehab hospital. In the sub-basement secured area, no admittance. They wheel out to find a door to a military tunnel. The entrance is sealed with debris, but they break all the way through it with prosthetic kicks and punches into a military deep underground transport tube tunnel. Armed with stolen torches and makeshift weapons, the group wheels into the main transport tunnel connecting the hospital to labs in the desert, the work of a large boring machine. 20. Kundalini OS. The tunnel stretched for miles, an impossible journey for people in athletic condition, never mind guys in wheelchairs. Plus, the tunnel was flooded in areas that you needed a boat to pass. Pan across, strange claw markings on the tunnel walls. Kid Gloves spots reptile tracks in the dirt and notices movement ahead, with 2 eyes in the dark, stalking them.
Kid Gloves. Yo, there's some kind of predator up ahead, marking his territory.
The team freezes as a drone car suddenly approached them. Drone subcar pulls over and the top slides open, and a tribal policeman, Prince Boaz, 40s, is muscular with wavy hair, eyes giving a warning look, steps out.
Prince Redclay. Dragon. They live here. Go further, you will die. One time, had a tail in its mouth. Yep, it swallowed my dog whole. Let's go. Out of here.
Weird sounds could be heard getting closer as the man jumps back in his driver's seat, turned around and drove onward. Giant coiling hybrid snakes moved towards them fast. All veterans zoom wheelchairs back to the elevator fast as a weird python slithers in, undulating in long waves right to the hole they made to follow them into the hospital. Sharku.
Fall back. Fall back.
In the elevator, they drive in at max speed, colliding with each other as it slithers in, but the elevator doors close with a thud. To one. At group outside in the front yard. The next day, they get the wheelchairs set up in a nice circle again. Sharku.
Guys, we got to wait for people to send off Doc. He's really popular.
On the driveway, going to the chopper pad. At that moment, Doc and Nurse Nicole leave with Kat, Legion, and Tuskegee, following along with them, to say goodbye. At the black autopiloted chopper, orderlies help Doc get in the helicopter, accompanied by a scared Nurse Nicole, dragging her suitcase on board. Back at outside group meeting, the chopper flies over them, but as they watch the helicopter fly away into the clear desert sky, it suddenly veers off course as, up in the sky above the chopper, a triangular black drone comes out of a cloud and follows them too closely. And the black autopiloted transport chopper emergency turns, avoiding the drone, but then crashes into a huge sand dune, plummeting to earth and sending a plume of smoke and fire on the other side of the dark sand mountain. In the depressed group meeting the next day, the patients were all blank-faced like they had been time-warped into their past trauma of seeing combat doctors die.
Kat, what happened? Anyone bail out?
Rashid kneels on the ground and prays an Islamic prayer.
Legend. Whoa. Allah Akbar over here. Irbati. Irandavdu.
Fuzzy logic. Legion, did you get a brain chip or a brain removal?
Legion.
Getting a super chair. I'm qualified for it. You're not.
Kid Gloves wheels into the room with a new metallic hand. Kid Gloves.
This is my brand new MPL. 6 surgeries to get this. Finally.
Everyone looks jealous like, what is that? Kid Gloves.
It's a biomimetic AI hand with flexible wrist. Took a lot of money to develop this. 100 million.
Sharku.
When are we getting them?
Legion reaches over and snatches the hand off Kid's wrist. Legion.
Can I see that for a second? I just want to check if my new mounting pin works. Look, it fits my socket.
Legion twists it around and it locks onto his wrist. Legion.
Screws right on Hehi. This is perfect for me, my new combat hand.
Kid Gloves.
It's my new hand. Give it back.
But Legion just ignores Kid Gloves like he's deaf. Kundalini, I don't think you should keep that. Legion.
Why? He just said the US military devved it for 100 million, so I'm best man for the job, not some junkie. You guys are all failures. I'm the only one qualified. Irbati Moonravde.
Fuzzy logic.
Sharku, this guy's beyond saving. I nominate him for expulsion.
Sharku.
That's a rare group policy move called by Fuzzy Logic. You sure?
Fuzzy logic.
Yep. Final answer.
Sharku.
Well, I'm giving Legion this last chance to respect us. I'm the mod.
Legion.
You're an airbag. You dying rehabs can barely wipe your own butts.
Asheville. Relax. We made homebrew, and we can do a few shots of it after group.
An orderly walks past the group with a clipboard. Legion.
Orderly. These guys are making alcohol. Search their room.
Orderly? Yeah, maybe later. I'm doing count.
Reese's Pieces. You can't do that. You can't just take someone's bionic hand away.
Legion waves with his new hand, while the kid just stares into space holding his stump in his left hand with 3 fingers. Legion.
Guess what? I just did. Anyone got a problem with it, roll forward.
Nobody moves. Legion smiles and waves the hand at Sharku. Rashid.
You seem like a guy who misses going on suicide missions.
Everyone looks at Legion, then over at Sharku. 24. Sharku.
Okay, fellas. Green light. Hit him with everything we have on 3. Ready? 1, safety off. 2, aim.
Everybody in the group pulls hidden improvised weapons out of their wheelchairs, and the weapons at first look duct-taped and utterly stupid, but then they all aim at Legion. Legion?
Haha, what are you on about, huh? Duct tape on plumbing pipes, and you inflated some surgical gloves.
Sharku.
3. Roll him up.
Fuzzy Logic chucks a urine balloon. Asheville lobs pepper ball rounds as Drill Bit fires up a flamethrower, igniting Legion's wheelchair tires as he reverses and drives into the wall behind him, rebounds off as he takes a urine glove in the face and turns into the hallway and drives away. But inside the long hallway, moving along with him, the armed trio follow him down the hallway, pelting him with more balloons as flaming tennis balls set Legion's clothes on fire, and pepper balls continue to hit him on the nose. Sharku, OS.
Better stay in your room until you transfer. Congrats, you're the first groupie we ever had to expel.
Back in the group, a few minutes later, patients are upset by Sharku's ordering a hit on a patient. Tuskegee.
You guys assaulted a patient. We're getting demerited by staff, right?
Dutchy.
Is that how you feel, Heathrow?
Heathrow.
Worth it to me. I don't care.
Sharku laughs, ha ha, and gives Heathrow the thumbs up. 25. In the outdoor group meeting the next morning, nurse and orderly appear before group holding a clipboard. Tuskegee.
See? I knew what was gonna go down.
Nurse Nicole.
Good news, I got a treatment plan done. One patient can sign out. Bad news, I know some of you have been here a while, but it's Legion going.
Everyone looks shocked, then disappointed, then mad. Then Asheville starts clapping, and they applaud, woo-hooing. Legion!
I wanted out of group, away from you animals. They got me out. Good luck. You'll die here. As for me, I'm planning on living forever.
Legion gives them all the middle finger with his stolen hand and rolls away to his bunk to get his personal belongings. Outside hospital, in heavy rain, flash floods. The next day, Legion goes down the rock-hewn steps to the road and gets in the automatic opening door of a Tesla autopilot Cybertruck. Kundalini, VO. The most hated patient, Legion, was finally transferred. He left the next day in a Tesla delivery truck, close on Tesla Cybertruck, traversing desert mud track. Legion's Tesla rumbles over the flash-flooded rain puddles. The truck self-drives, splashing in deep, muddy rivulets, and finally gets too deep and is completely stuck. Kundalini, VO. Patients watch the truck sticking in mud, then exploding into flames. A giant flame-like vector appears above the Cybertruck, swirling into a fire tornado. Then it explodes. Kaboom! Kundalini, VO. The truck gave everyone anxiety. Escape wasn't looking so great. 26. Dutchy.
He's cooked. Poor guy.
Drill bit.
Nothing we can do. Lithium batteries burn super hot.
On guard booth surveillance cameras. That night, staff were meeting about the reptiles passing through the lower floors and a wolf-like man by the entrance gate. The nurses and orderlies were so scared they immediately called for assistance to their AI admin, using their body cams to plead for emergency backup security team help. Across the desert plateau, the next morning at breakfast, 5 mushroom clouds rose one after another as a line of bombs destroyed towers and installations on the vast perimeter of the hospital grounds 26 kilometers away. Kundalini, OS. I know that sound. It's demolition. The line to group disperses and crowds the window, and the people already outside head back indoors, fast and join them. Across the desert plateau. 5 booms, finally heard from the rising mushroom clouds over each facility in the desert, completely obliterating all the remote buildings and power-generating equipment. As Rashid holds up the Quran and prays quietly, smiling. Sharku.
They're terminating our program. Gonna blow up our stashed gear before we can even find it.
Drill bit.
We searched the entire building.
Asheville.
Yep, we did. We searched everywhere, but the septic tank and the morgue. Irupati, Iravdu.
In hallway outside OP's room, an emergency evacuation. Daylights flash and alarms buzz as orderlies run past. Kundalini, OS. He's a scientist. He gave me this warning. They're going to liquidate staff. Don't get on the plane. Inside OP's private room, and at the same time, Big Orderly knocks on the door with his ham-sized fists, and the door rattles on its hinges, but stays locked. Big Orderly.
Let's go. We're packing it up.
Sharku.
We're not going. We were warned the plane is going to crash.
Big Orderly. OC.
Guys, let's go. You have to go. This place is evacuating. Come on.
Kundalini and Drillbit drill screws into 2x4s barricading the door, so there's no chance of opening it. Sharku.
Nope. Final answer.
Framed by the door's small window, a black shoe. As Big Orderly kicks the door, then looks in the door window. Big Orderly.
Last chance. There's only one plane out. Stay here. You will die.
Inside the room, Sharku is dealing cards for a casual poker hand, as Fuzzy Logic gives him the prosthetic middle finger. Dutchy.
We know. Everyone dies.
Outside, a white unmarked twin jet plane. Seconds later, the hospital staff board the white plane and the door is being held open as Big Orderly jumps in line to go on board. When it's 8, at OP's private room, outside the barricaded door. Kid Gloves, stuck in the hallway, bangs on the OP's door. Kid Gloves, OC.
Guys, I don't want to get on the plane either. Come on, help me.
Drillbit.
Sorry, bro. Can't let anybody in. They'll storm the room.
Orderlies drag his chair away and pull it to the plane. Asheville.
Oh, we can't let them do that to the kid. I'm going out there.
He removes the wood door bolt and rolls out fast. Outside, near the hard-packed red clay runway. Asheville drives his wheelchair right over to the airplane and grabs onto Kid Glove's wheelchair. Asheville.
He's staying with us.
He drives with Kid's chair at high speed. The torque burns rubber off his wheels at max amps, but the guard orderly runs with them to the steps of the hospital and grabs onto Kid Glove's wheelchair all over again. Asheville turns on his cyber legs and gets up off the chair. Asheville!
Let go. Don't make me fight you.
He pushes the orderly and the guy falls on sandy ground, so he's just winded. But he gets up and grabs the chair stubbornly as it's being dragged up the steps by Asheville. Asheville.
You only learn the hard way?
Asheville kicks the orderly and he flies back. And when he gets up, he's stunned, but then turns and runs for the plane. 29. At the white unmarked jet, the orderly climbs up portable stairs as the plane taxis. He jumps in the open door as a pilot inside hits the throttle, powering both jets, and it flies up and zooms away. In OP's room, seconds later, outside the plane flies in the air past them, turning. Kid Gloves.
Guys, what are we going to eat now?
In window, view of unmarked transport plane outside. The white jet flies past them, circling and even dipping its wings, like some last show of braggadocio at a flight show. Kid Gloves.
We missed the plane out.
Drillbit.
Well, why didn't you go then?
Kid Gloves.
This guy dragged me back. Now we starve while they fly to a hotel with unlimited buffet food.
In the desert sky, cloudless, except for one sunny day. From a lone cloud, a black drone flies directly into the plane, a crack in the sky as a fireball drops, and the plane explodes. Both wings snap off. The passenger cabin separates into pieces, and the nose with the pilots breaks off and heads down fast, smashing into the sand on the desert floor. There is a plume of black smoke from distant dunes, and then smoldering flames, and then an explosion, and then nothing. Inside OP's private room. That night, Kid Gloves is parked by himself because everyone keeps driving away from him. No one wants to be seen with him. Sharku.
You know, I wish we let you get on that plane. We're all hardcore. Mupadavadu.
Kid Gloves.
Okay, I can be hardcore too. After I get another white pill, please.
Sharku.
Check the mess hall for any food they left. And don't steal any.
Kid Gloves wheels away as Asheville tosses him a white pill. Dutchy.
He's a junkie. Worthless.
Outside in the desert, the booming roar of jet engines pierce the sky as unmarked white jets descend upon the hospital for a bombing attack. Kid Gloves. OS.
Come on, let's go outside. Maybe they are dropping relief packages.
Outside. In the driveway, Kid Gloves drives into the desert driveway from the group room and waves at the 3 incoming white jets. Kid Gloves.
Hey, drop it. Over here. Drop it right here. Maybe it's ice cream.
Mini bombs drop onto everything, and explode. Clusters of bomblet explosions rock the facility. Walls buckle. Floors collapse as patients scramble. Drillbit drives up to Kid to get him inside. Walls fall, exposing a room with an energy beam weapon, a working relic of secret experiments. They both oogle the beam weapon, then head for it together. At the directed energy beam gun, Drillbit manages to plug his chair's universal diagnostic system into the module and initiate power-up weapon. Drillbit.
Dude, it worked. This is phenomenal.
Kid gloves.
Haha, guys, he did it. 31.
Drillbit hits acquire targets on his screen, and then he pushes a red button and bzzz, a beam of green light shoots into the sky, shimmering in a perfect straight line. Up in the air. With two white unmarked jet planes, one unmanned AI jet turns from the shimmering beam, but it's too late, and the bright laser touches the plane's wing and melts it off, and the wing falls spiraling to the ground. Left and right, above them in the sky, the other two unmarked white planes, now low on fuel and zigzagging chaotically by the sudden counterattack, turned tail and retreated back through a cloud and disappeared. Dutchy.
Private contractor, unmanned, untraceable.
Pan across outside. Hospital just a smoking ruin. Now the hospital was gone. Hopeless faces looked solemn, realizing their exposure to weather, military, and creature attacks. Sharku.
We're low on food, fuel, ammo, and that thing strikes at night. Let's move into defensive positions.
Drillbit.
Abandon this place at sunup. Take water jugs. Take every battery.
Front lobby with broken windows. During the daylight left, they piled up Tesla batteries and water jugs for the long haul across open desert wasteland back to civilization. Reese's Pieces.
I'm bringing Sammy, the cat rat, as my comfort animal. I have his food, and I'm not leaving him here.
Dutchy.
You can't take crats out in the desert. Turn your brain chip on.
Reese's Pieces.
I'm not chipped. 32.
They fast-charged every Tesla wheelchair battery and brought every extra battery on self-driving carts. Kundalini, VO. Now they were trapped between the dogman outside and the snakes in the hospital. So with the rehab destroyed, the insane plan was to travel to the next town over. On a trail, they set out in a single file of wheelchairs, rolling with modded 4x4 chairs, and their AI brain chip-controlled limbs. These amputees pushed it to the limit. Fuzzy logic.
Yeah? Why do you have that toaster slot in the back of your head?
Reese's Pieces.
That's a shrapnel wound.
Dutchy.
Haha, sure it is.
Kundalini, VO. We set off, oblivious to the odds of heat stroke on a track baked by sun and venomous creatures. Fuzzy logic.
Zero chance we're making this 100-mile trek. Pass it on.
Kundalini. I'm not passing that on. Dutchy.
He's right. Unless we find a water source and shelter, we're gonna expire.
The electric wheelchairs pushed on over the rocky trail all day long, with people getting sand in their faces and eyes. This trip did not look promising for them, or even possible. The End, Part 2.